Today, April 25th, is 5 years exactly of me being on this godforsaken website. Hey guys, it's Sarah. I know it's been about 50 years since I filmed a video. I am sorry about that. I really thought 2020 was gonna be my year. 2020 hasn't been anyone's year, honestly. I know some of you probably don't care to hear the excuse about why I have not been uploading, but I feel like some of you might care about my life, so I'll share it anyway. To sum it up for you, I have had 4 jobs since last March. Essentially, I had been at this one company for 2 years, and then last March, I decided that it was time for a change, and so I went out and I interviewed, and I ended up getting a different job. For those of you who don't know, I work as a product designer, which basically means I design how apps look and function. I'm not an engineer, I don't code anything, I just design it. And so I was working at this big corporation last year. I got the job, I was really excited, I was having a good time. And then about 2 months into that job, they decided to move us to this part of Atlanta that's not even really part of Atlanta, it's like outside of Atlanta. And with traffic, it takes an hour and a half to get there from where I live. So my commute became 3 hours a day and it just really wasn't the vibe. So I had to set out and get another job, which was super stressful because I had just gotten to that new company. So then last September, I started at a new company that was a lot smaller. It was more of like a startup. I really liked my coworkers. I loved my boss. My boss was like a mentor to me. It was really amazing. I really felt like I was learning so much. I was having a great time. And then early February, before the whole world went to shit, I found out that my company was going through a merger, and they weren't really treating it like a normal merger. They were calling it a merger, but really we were being acquired by our biggest competitor, and they were going to get rid of our app in favor of theirs. And so me, along with I think 25 other employees from my side, got laid off. And I got laid off right when I was going on a trip to Ireland, which was its own drama, and I was really stressed out about money. But fortunately, despite everything that's been going on in the world, I'm really grateful to say that I was able to get another job. Because I work in tech, it's kind of an industry that's still like ebbing and flowing despite what's going on in the world. My heart does go out to anybody who is experiencing job insecurity right now, because as someone who just went through it, it's super stressful, and I just really hope that you guys can get through it and that you guys are able to get the support that you need. I've been rambling a lot in this video, but essentially I'm celebrating 5 years on Booktube, and I want to do this celebration by talking to you today and also doing the Booktube oldie tag. For those of you who have not heard of this tag, it's probably because it just got posted today by Monica from Monica Kim. She is one of my closest Booktube friends. I'm sure a lot of you know who she is because she is the cutest, best person ever. And she actually had plans to post it next week, but she was so nice and she told me that she would upload it this morning so that I could also do it. So I got the questions in advance. So you'll probably see in your subscription feed, if you're subscribed to both of us, that she has the original tag and then I'm also doing it. I'm very grateful to you, Monica. Shout out. I don't know what that movement was. All right, so question number 1. How long have you been a part of the Booktube community? We already answered this question by saying 5 years as of today. Number 2, what was your biggest misconception before starting Booktube? I think my biggest misconception was that your personality had to be like over the top and super energetic every time you were on camera. I think that came from like Jessie and Christine and Sasha being the most popular booktubers at the time. Obviously, that is great for them. That's their brand. They love to give you the energy. If you go back and watch a lot of my early videos, you might actually notice how over the top I was with my mannerisms and how I presented myself. Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm doing Would You Rather Booktube edition. But let's be honest, my videos now aren't even really much better. Number 3, how do you think Booktube has changed since you first started? I think Booktube is just so large now. When I started, there definitely was a lot of people doing it, but we all kind of knew each other. There was a lot of very distinct friend groups, but now there literally will be like Booktubers with like 100,000 subscribers, and they'll like show up in my feed and I'll be like, who the fuck is that? I do not know. This has been positive in that there are a lot more people reading different types of books, because there definitely was a period of time where everybody just talked about YA and everybody was very like one note, also in like skin color. But I definitely feel like it's easier to get lost and it can feel a little bit overwhelming. I definitely feel like there was a time where I thought that I was pretty popular as a booktuber, but I definitely don't think that time is now. I feel like there's just so many people who've like blown up in the last year. Number 4, what is your favorite booktube memory? I think all of my favorite booktube memories definitely have happened in person. Through obviously being on this platform, I've been able to meet a lot of people in person. I've been really fortunate to be able to go to Y'all Fest and Book Expo and those sorts of events. And so it has led me to make some of the best friends in my life, like Michael from Michael Bookline. He doesn't really upload anymore, but if you're an OG, you'll definitely remember him. And Emma from Emma Books, Monica from Monica Kim. I live with Austin from Sovereign Novels. We actually got connected because he lives in Atlanta. He's always lived in Atlanta, and so have I. But he's a smaller creator, and I just had never met him before. And then Whitney from Witty Novels came to visit me, I think 2 summers ago, and they were friends, and so we had lunch together, and through that, he and I got hooked up, and we've been roommates for the last year. And for those of you who don't know, I'll do a shameless plug. We've been doing a read-along called Harry Potter and the Virgins. You may have seen the live show pop up on my channel recently. Essentially, it's me and Austin, and then Cindy from Read with Cindy, and Chanel from Chanel Time, and then Elias, all reading the books, and they all have not read the Harry Potter books, but I have, and so they're the virgins, if that makes sense. Anyway, I got off topic, but basically I'm just saying that Booktube has led me to be able to meet some of the best people that I know in my life, that I really love, and that are a lot of my very, very best friends. And yeah, I wouldn't want that to, what saying am I trying to think? I wouldn't want it any other way. That's what I was trying to say. You can tell that quarantine has left me with 2 brain cells. Number 5 is, what are some books that you were introduced to because of Booktube? This is a very long list, only because I feel like Booktube has radically changed my reading taste. I feel like there's a lot of books that I would have never ever heard of if I had to go about it the old way. Like, you know what I mean by the old way. Like, before Booktube, we all had to like go to Barnes & Noble or the library and just walk around and look at book covers and read the flaps until we found something that we liked. But now, because of Goodreads and Booktube and all of these different, you know, reading communities, we're able to find really good books. So the number 1 book that I can think of is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I feel like a lot of people would say that Booktube is why they've read that. I would love if you guys would let me know down below if there are any books that you have read because I recommended them to you on Booktube. That would be really fun to see. I'm assuming that a lot of you would say The Diviners or Veronica Speedwell or something like that. Or at least I hope you would say that, because I feel like those books are a big part of like who I am and a lot of my reading taste. So yeah. Number 6, what is something that frustrates you about Booktube? I think a lot of people would say this, but for me, it's all of the drama that comes with Booktube, especially on Book Twitter. Y'all, can you get a group chat? Like, seriously, I feel like there's so many issues that could be resolved if you just texted someone or DM'd them, or honestly just kept it to yourself, because there's just a lot of things that don't have to be that serious. It's so frustrating. I have gotten involved in drama like once or twice. Was not enjoyable. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. I definitely think we should talk about important issues if they come up. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that, but a lot of times things get blown out of proportion and nobody listens to each other, and it's just like so just useless. I hate drama. I hate it. Number 7 is, what is your hope for the future of Booktube? I have loved how creative Booktube has gotten over the last couple of years. Like, I really like that people are really embracing reading vlogs. People are doing reading experiments. I feel like there was a time where everyone just did wrap-ups and tags. I say as I do a tag. Although, to be honest, I feel like no one does tags anymore, so this is actually an original idea. Thank you, Monica. But you know what I mean? There was like a time where everything was hauls, everything was just TBRs, all that sort of thing, and I feel like people have been really breaking out of that mold and like doing things that are different and fun, and I really like seeing that kind of creativity. Don't get me wrong, I still like wrap-ups and recommendations and all of that. That's where actually I get a lot of the books that I want to read, but I'm happy that people are experimenting with the format, and so I guess my hope for Booktube is that people will continue to do that and just keep pushing the envelope of the kind of content that can be popular here. And that's all the questions for this tag. Thanks again to Monica for coming up with this idea and letting me have access to the questions earlier. Like I said, she was not planning on uploading this video today. She actually was going to wait till next week, and I'm really appreciative that she let me post it today when she's also posting hers. If you've not seen her version, you should definitely go watch it. She's been on Booktube, I think, a little bit even longer than me, so I'm sure she'll have really interesting answers to these questions. Let me know down below any content you want to see from me coming up. I'm going to try my hardest to really get back in the Booktube game. I'm probably making an empty promise right now because I've said that every single video that I've uploaded in the last like year and a half. It's just not been a good time for me. If you're still here watching this right now, I'm super grateful that you made it through the whole video. I know that I have just been so inconsistent in basically the last like 2 years, but hopefully you guys are happy to see me. I get really insecure in between posting that you guys don't really care about me anymore and that everybody's forgotten about me. So hopefully you want to see me. I don't know. I actually talked to my therapist the other day about how I needed to be more confident because I feel like I second guess myself a lot. And now here I am doing that on YouTube for lots of people to see. Whatever. I don't know. Everybody, it's a journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. You're all beautiful. Have a nice day. Send me your location. Let's focus on communicating, cause I just need the time and place to come through. The acid reflux be hitting different tonight.